guys, this is going to be my first ride review of the 2019 KTM 500 EXC-F. First off, right away, I'm coming from a 2007 Honda XR650L, so this is night and day difference. The bike is actually already broke in. I've got just over 3 hours on it. I already did my first oil change and the valve clearance check. And this is just kind of why I switched to a KTM and kind of my first impressions on it. First things first is the weight. This thing is extremely light. It is so much lighter than my Honda. I'm also going to be marking trailheads so I can figure all this out later. This is number 7 Clydesdale, so I'm going to just mark this. This is going to be alright. So in the process of also learning the OHV area out here in Oregon, and I'm trying to mark trailheads on my GPS because the maps online are just confusing. Very confusing, and I don't want to get lost out here. I'm going to be by myself, so I definitely want to learn these play areas, come out here, have some fun. I want to do it safely, and I don't want to hurt myself, so I'm definitely going to be marking all the trailheads. Another biggest thing from the Honda is definitely the gearing. Wow, this thing is geared so much better. I mean, it's third gear right there, no clutch up, just straight throttle. And on the street, I can do that in 4th gear, no problem. I've always kind of heard, you know, 1st through 3rd gear is kind of the low gear, and then 4, 5, 6 are the tall ones. But that's not really my impression. 1st through 3rd are all very close. 4th isn't much of a jump either. The biggest jump I feel is when I go on the 6th. That's a nice jump, and it's good for when you're out, you know, on the road. I don't think you would ever use that off-road. I don't think, unless you're just in the desert hauling. But 1st gear on this bike is like a mountain goat, and it's funny when I come up to a stop sign and I think I'm in 2nd or 3rd, I'm actually in like 4th or 5th. It's just geared so much lower than the Honda. It's awesome. The next thing I want to talk about is the power. I mean, when I was doing all my research between the 450 and the 500 and even the 690, I was kind of under the impression that these bikes would just be almost too much power, like just crazy ridiculous power. But it's actually very tame. I think my Honda was maybe almost just as much power. The big difference with this is it's so much lighter, and the throttle response is so much crisper, and the gearing is so much lower. It just automatically feels much faster. But it's not like uncontrollable. It's not like I can just twist the throttle and loop it out, you know. It's not that scary. I mean, it can definitely get you going, and it's more power than I'll ever need, which is fine. But it's completely manageable. It's not ridiculous, and I'm actually really glad I chose the 500 over the 350 or even the 450. It's crazy when you're navigating and you're at home and you look at all the maps online, all the roads, and then you come out here and they honestly don't match up hardly at all. So that's why I got this GPS Garmin. It tracks all my movement, which some people might not like, but I like it. It's gonna help me not get lost. It's a little comfort in case I forget which turns I take. You know, we'll see. see where it goes. Number 43 military. And little jumps here. Here's where the suspension is just awesome. I'm not going too fast because these are two-way trails, and I'm out here. I don't know the area. I don't know the trail, so we're just gonna take it easy for a little bit. Wow, it's awesome. I can definitely see the throttle. This thing's got some power for sure. Nice easy trail here. The suspension is just crazy good. Another thing that I have to mention is the foot pegs. The Honda, I could barely get my feet on the dang foot peg. On this thing, I got my riding boots on today. I can stand up very comfortably, shift, and it's just really set up for, you know, riding gear, boots. I feel like I don't have to change really anything on the bike. Maybe later. Here's some good whoops right here. That's third gear. Oh yeah. A lot of whoops in here. Really testing out the suspension. Some rocky. Man, this thing's a mountain goat. Second gear right here. Man, it just makes this easy. Very easy. Wow. I'm not an experienced rider, and this is just no problem. It's pretty steep right here. Second gear. Very rocky. The tires that come on it, I'm actually pretty pleased with. The Continentals, I understand that they're definitely not a straight like off-road tire. I get it. But for being a stock tire, you know what? I can live with it. I heard these tires wear out pretty quick anyway, so on these 500s. So once the tire wears out, no problem, I'll just replace it. No big deal, right? Yeah, the front end on this bike gets up extremely easy. For the dirt, I don't see how I could ever need any more power. I mean, this is third gear, just powering up these hills. I feel like, you know, wheelies, and it can get out of control quick. I mean, there's just no need. I mean, look, third gear, no problem. Just don't need any more power. I can see myself coming out here a lot. I think I'd be careful grabbing that front brake. Definitely see first gear coming in handy on this type of stuff. Rocky, loose, A little uphill. Still don't feel the bike is overgeared though. Although this isn't super gnarly, I don't feel like first gear is overgeared at all. It's nice, I haven't seen anyone on the trails yet. Definitely being conscious of it though. Nice little rocky hill climb here. Get up on the pegs. Oh yeah, it's loose. Another thing I have not done is let too much air out of my tires because I rode here on the pavement. So I'm up at like 25 in the rear. I left the front at 20. So I know for a fact I could get some better traction out here. So if you like the channel, if you like forest riding, definitely stay tuned because that's what I'm going to try and put together.